Disney's Aulani has everything from water slides and a lazy river to Mickey Mouse and malasadas. But does bringing the magic of Disney to Hawaii guarantee a fairy tale vacation? With hundreds of thousands of visitors every year, there's a lot you need to know before you go. From the truth about the snorkeling and the restaurants, to what type of room you might want to avoid booking. Here are the biggest mistakes that could turn your dream Aulani vacation into a nightmare. When you first arrive and head down to the water, don't make the mistake of thinking you'll be on a private, secluded surf beach. Some guests are surprised to learn that the beach at Aulani, like all beaches in Hawaii, is completely open to the public. That means even if you paid $1,000 a night for a room, anyone can drive up and use that exact same beach.
The influencers don't tell you that.
And the beach itself is actually Ko Olina Lagoon 1, not the open ocean. This makes for a much calmer space, and it's gorgeous. But you won't be surfing right off the beach here. So if you were hoping to act out a dramatic Moana ocean scene, this gentle lagoon is not the place. You might be wondering, if there's a Lagoon 1, is there a Lagoon 2? Yes, there's a Lagoon 2, and 3, and 4, all right in a row. The mistake here is assuming you're stuck using the beach directly in front of Aulani. If that beach is packed, you can literally just walk right over to the next one. It's almost identical, but way less crowded, and it isn't crammed with rows and rows of beach chairs. That first lagoon can get super busy sometimes, because it's not just Aulani guests hanging out there. It's also the main beach for the Four Seasons Resort, which is right next door. If you've ever seen a deluxe Disney World hotel, you know Disney can build one heck of a hotel lobby, and Aulani is no exception.
It's really giving Animal Kingdom Lodge at Disney World vibes to me.
But I wish I'd known about this hidden gem earlier. Or maybe it's not so hidden? You can actually walk right through the open air lobby all the way out to a stunning lanai that overlooks the entire resort. Most people don't know you can actually hang out here. It was so quiet today, I even saw a couple of people taking work calls out here.
It's really loud. I had to come all the way up here just to get a little bit of quiet.
And if you're wanting to get an epic background for a photo, this is definitely the place to be. When you head to the pools, you need to know that every single day of your stay, you'll have to get a new wristband. With thousands of guests at Aulani at the exact same time, the pools here can get crowded sometimes.
You know you're lost at Aulani when you find a path with no people on it. Uh-oh.
And since there aren't any theme parks to lure people away, everyone camps out at the pool, so they have a very strict chair policy. You're not allowed to reserve a chair before 8 a.m. unless you're sitting in the chair the entire time. And during the day, you can't leave your chair for more than 1 hour at a time, or the towel police will come for you. This policy is much needed, and I'm honestly grateful that they have it, but it does mean that you have to constantly check back in with your stuff and not wander too far away, and I love a good wander. So I've been using these little cubbies by the pool for my stuff instead.
The pools just opened 5 minutes ago, and every single chair is already taken.
If you want to avoid the chair games and the crowds at the pool altogether, the best time to visit is the very last hour it's open. This is usually after sunset and way less busy. I'm genuinely glad so many people get the chance to enjoy this resort though, because it has things you won't find anywhere else.
You don't usually see pools this big on Oahu, so this is a really nice feature.
Rainbow Reef at Aulani is the only private snorkeling lagoon on the island of Oahu. And I can see why. Now, this is called a saltwater lagoon, but to me, it seems like you're just snorkeling inside a giant fish tank. And there's an extra fee to book a spot here because it's not included in your nightly room rate. If you're going with a small child who's a strong swimmer, but maybe not quite ready for real ocean snorkeling, this is something to consider. But I'd say everyone else, especially adults who can swim, skip this and just snorkel in the actual ocean. There are tons of snorkel boats and tours that leave right from Ko Olina if you want to check out one of those.
I just ran into Moana. That was 10 out of 10. That's bonus points.
With more than 350 hotel rooms and 450 Disney Vacation Club rooms, this resort is a popular place to be. I mean, it's got a lazy river, it's got Dole Whip, it's got hidden Mickeys. If there's one thing Disney can do right, it's theming.
I will say, no one does theming at a hotel better than Disney.
And that theming continues right into the hotel rooms themselves. Ours had a Mickey made out of washcloths when we arrived. It has a Mickey lamp. I'm pretty impressed by the size of this room. There's a lot of space here. There's a lot of drawers. There's a closet. But let's look at the room view.
This is a partial ocean view room, so let me show you where the ocean is.
The partial ocean is very, very far away. This is not even the same side of the resort where you have the pool or the beach. It's not even facing that direction.
It's not exactly what I expected.
Now, the mountain views are breathtaking. I personally love this view, okay? I could stare at these Hawaiian mountains all day long, but it's just not what I was expecting when I paid extra for a water view. But hey, I'm in Hawaii, I've got the mountains, I've got the parking garage, I'm good to go. Oh, and if you're a true Disney fan or you just like to flex on your friends, you'll be happy to know the gift shop sells some exclusive merch that you can only get here. They have Hawaiian Mickey ears and bags and that Mickey lamp from your hotel room for a casual $300. This picture of the lamp is my souvenir. Please tell me if you know anyone who has this lamp.
The customer service is top notch, honestly, which you would kind of hope at this price point that it would be.
And just like any good Disney vacation, you need to be on top of those dining reservations like it's your job. Weeks ahead of your trip, months ahead of your trip, you need to be booking these restaurants. Mark your calendar, set your alarms, and don't forget about the time zone change when you're selecting the times for your reservations. I'm from the Eastern time zone, so it's 6 hours earlier for me here in Hawaii. And when I tell you I was hungry for breakfast so early these first few days, my stomach was growling before 7 a.m. Luckily, the character breakfast here really exceeded my expectations. The food is excellent, the characters are constantly coming by. I really enjoyed this breakfast here. They even gave the table some malasadas, which are like these Hawaiian donuts. This is a must do.
The character breakfast this morning was so good. I think that was amazing, and if you come here, you should definitely do that.
But don't make the mistake of thinking your reservation time is actually when you'll sit down to eat. It's when you're allowed to get in the line for pictures with Mickey. Even if you don't want a picture with a character, you still have to wait that same amount of time inside before going to your table. Now, as much as I'm obsessed with the character breakfast, I did not love the super fancy, super expensive dinner at the oceanfront restaurant here. Time to play a game of, is it actually good, or does everyone like it just because it's Disney? The building itself, gorgeous. The open air design with the ocean views, stunning. But the concept and the food, meh. I think this restaurant unfortunately misses the mark on what guests here are really looking for. This restaurant is extreme fine dining at an extreme price point per person with small portion sizes. It's really giving I wish I was a Michelin star restaurant energy. And the food is very creative. At a hotel full of families on vacation, to me, this place just feels like a weird choice. And at this price point, a miss hits the wallet hard.
I can't believe that we just paid this much for dinner.
With guests checking in all day long and flights landing at all hours of the day and night, you might find yourself arriving way before your room is ready or hanging around after you've had to check out. Don't worry, you're not stuck with nowhere to go though. Aulani has a hospitality suite that you're allowed to use on your first and last day if you need it. This is a lounge that basically just has a couple of couches and showers, but it's a nice option to have. You do need to get a separate key card from the front desk to access it, but don't wait too long to ask for one because they can sometimes run out of keys. And be sure to allow plenty of time for travel when you leave. One of the biggest drawbacks people constantly mention about Aulani is how far away from everything it is. And it is far. It's far from the airport, it's far from Waikiki Beach, it's far from Pearl Harbor.
We're a long way from Waikiki and the other parts. This is really kind of secluded, but also pretty trapped over here. It's a lot of effort. I mean, to go out of the resort and then drive a long ways to go somewhere else. But if you didn't want to, you don't have to.
And speaking of the airport, you'll see a lot of those flights coming in because Aulani is sometimes right in the flight path for the biggest airport in Hawaii, the Honolulu International Airport. That's probably where you're flying into, so you might actually be able to spot the resort out your airplane window on the way in. So is it worth it? Aulani is a bucket list destination for so many of us. And if this is you or you're a Disney fan, it's 100% worth it. And if you're traveling with little kids to Hawaii, this is the place to be. But if you're looking for a hotel that's walkable to all those Waikiki restaurants and the famous things to do, you might want to keep looking. A lot of people thinking about staying at Aulani are also considering staying in Waikiki. So if you want to see how the most popular hotel on Waikiki, the Hilton Hawaiian Village, stacks up against Aulani, you can watch this video right here.